as the season goes on.
As they were rolling the high side in there a little bit, Ricks was the only one running really high.
Yes.
I wonder if he's checking out up next to the wall, see what can be had up there. Nothing at the moment up there yet, but we'll see as the heats go on.
Well, Dugan, you and I both got to watch his first win up there at Interstate Speedway, and he was high side hustling. Again, during at the Park Jefferson Speedway too, same thing. So that car loves it, high, wide, and handsome. We'll see what he does here as we're green, and it's going to be Speed Racer Craig Reitz with a nice run down into 1 and 2. Stevens in second, then it's side by side. Ricks and the 7M of Daniel Miller as Ricks all the way up to that third place spot. Miller now holding off both Stopak and Teese, but it's going to be Speed Racer go, Speed Racer go. Craig Reitz leading lap 1.
Reitz leads us into lap number 1 and turn number 1 off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We got Reitz, Stevens, Ricks, and it's a 3-car pack for not last as Teese looking to the inside of that 7M of Daniel Miller, who was our pole sitter, now sitting in the clutches of Jim Teese.
Dylan Ricks has a lot of talent, but for some reason, he never really could showcase it a lot in the sport mod. What a difference 200 horsepower and 2 more suspension bars adds to that confidence level as he is reeling in the 92, the wily veteran of Stevens, but Craig Reitz still way out in front and leading.
Meanwhile, as the top 3 have single filed themselves off and are trying to catch up with each other, Jim Teese has made his way into the 4th spot, starting on the tail next to Dylan Ricks. Now he's going to ride in the tail tracks of Ricks, try to catch back up for that 3rd place battle.
That brand new 2023 Razor chassis hooked and cooking as we are halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. But up front, it is still all Craig Reitz, a 1.5 second advantage over Jeff Stevens as the field is now starting to sort themselves out, except for Ricks and Teese.
I was going to say, sorting themselves out except for that as Teese has caught the back bumper of Ricks coming down the back straightaway. Teese is knocking on the door, and now Ricks has to defend. Going through turns 3 and 4, Teese a little bit on the lower side of Ricks. Ricks riding up against that cushion, bangs it off the cushion and tries to drive away from Jim Teese.
Knock, knock, who's there? Multi-time track champion, the 23 of Jim Teese, the wily veteran, trying to find a way to get by the youthful kid as he's now going to get to the inside of him. He's at the quarter, at the door. They're side by side off before. Ricks able to get a better drive and hold him off as the white flag is out.
Into turns 1 and 2 and off of 2, your leader. Now going into turn number 3, Speed Racer, it's Craig Reitz. Through turns 3 and 4, goodbye. He's taking home the checkered flag, but the battle for 3rd is raging on as Jim Teese looks to the inside. Not going to make it happen. He'll have to settle for 4th.
Jeff Stevens in 2nd, Dylan Ricks in 3rd. 4th to Jim Teese and Rodney Stopak in 5th. And get this, Craig Reitz's margin of victory, 3.4 seconds. That is heat race domination by Speed Racer. Extremely ecstatic to see his kid get his first modified win, and so quickly. You got to think, Dylan went to Arizona in January, was in Florida in February and March, a bunch of specials in between. He's got a lot of seat time for his rookie year. Green flag is out and we are racing. And surprise, surprise, Shane DeMay with the early advantage in that Advantage Racing.tv Harris chassis. Klein in 2nd, 3rd Alex Reitz, 4th Dale Ricks, and Nathan Barker rounding out that top 5.
As they settle themselves in the single file formation through turns 1 and 2. Last time through turns 1 and 2, things got a little squirrely between Reitz and Ricks as they were going through. Saw some sparks fly off the corners. A little right side level was applied for that 3rd spot.
Oh, the double OK of Trey Klein every which way, but straight, able to keep it going. Alex Reitz, another one that on the 2nd week of racing at US 30 Speedway in Columbus, the first night they had modifieds there, Alex took his modified over, shook it down and got some notes too, and right now currently sitting 3rd in the heat. But hey Shane, knock knock, who is it? Trey Klein right on your back bumper.
Shane DeMay dives into turn number 1. Trey Klein looking just a half a lane lower, trying to find that run, but off the corner. Shane's going to drive it away. Klein hits it up the high side. He's going to try and dive it into turn 3. Coming off of turn number 4, still going to be Shane DeMay leading to the cross flag. We're halfway home.
4 down, 4 to go. It is DeMay. Oh, Klein right there to put it there. Words, doggone it. Klein stuck his nose underneath of DeMay through 1 and 2, but DeMay able to get a better run off the top side. It is still DeMay, Klein, Reitz, Ricks, and they're actually coming up on Nathan Barker as Barker just trying to get some seat time, and he is about to go a lap down.
Shane DeMay is going to have to look at some lap traffic ahead of Nathan Barker, who is riding right in his line off of turn number 4. He's going to look to the inside, and he's going to get around him cleanly and split the difference. Trey Klein goes to the high side, dives it down to the low side. We got a race for the lead, and now we had to think better of it.
Oh, Trey Klein made the smarter move. Went to the high side, splitting the lap car, dove it down there, got a better run, but a tire down on the inside derailed that run. White flag is out, 1 to go.
1 lap to go for the number 15M of Shane DeMay. He's had some challenges for that race lead, but through turns 3 and 4 this time, no challenges this time around, as off of turn number 4, your heat number 2 winner goes to Shane DeMay.
Trey Klein in second, Alex Reitz in third, fourth to Dale Ricks Jr., and rounding out that top 5 is Nathan Barker. Go get the duct tape, a really, really bright color, and give it to you. I will make it my donation to the team just so I can tell both cars apart. Of course, we're just kidding. We just want to bag on them a little bit. Fredrickson's great competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, sprint cars are green, and it's going to be the 17 of Justin Bolte off to the early advantage, as is going to be the 53 of Joe Miller in the second. Hausman Jr. and Matty Miller. Matty got a little slideways. Had to give the spot up to Hausman. Right now up front it's going to be all Bolte.
Bolte, your race leader, but here comes Hausman looking to the inside. Had to think better of it as he chases up the hill behind Casey Fredrickson, that is, as they go through turns 3 and 4. Miller's on the second spot. Just a bit lower is Fredrickson, Casey Fredrickson, followed by Hausman Jr. as they go through turns 1 and 2. Hausman's trying to make the charge to get up to that third spot.
And unfortunately, there's now only one wrecked Chevrolet car out there, as Devin Fredrickson is called no joy, pulled to pit side. He is done for this heat race, but it is still all Justin Bolte out front.
Justin Bolte out front and gone in this heat race, as we're going to be coming home to halfway cross flags. We got 4 laps to go in this one. Miller, your second spot, Joe Miller, that is, followed by Casey Fredrickson, and still trying to find his way into that third spot as he looks low that time through turns 1 and 2, but has to slide up high. That is Mike Hausman Jr.
2.5 seconds so far. Let's see what the difference is this time. Bolte versus Joe Miller. 2.9 second difference. Bolte, then Joe Miller, then Casey Fredrickson, Mike Hausman Jr., and Matty Miller, as we're going to see 2 laps to go this time by.
Green high in the air, 2 laps to go for Justin Bolte in the number 17 car. Trying to chase him down, but is losing ground to him is the 53 of Joe Miller. And the closest battle on track is between Casey Fredrickson and Mike Hausman. As the white flag goes, we got 1 lap to go.
Final trip around for Bolte, as he is already on turn number 2, as Joe Miller's just getting into turn number 1. He's going to fire it off through 3 and 4. Justin Bolte's going to win heat race number 1. Tick, 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 tick. Joe Miller second, Casey Fredrickson third, Mike Hausman Jr. fourth. Matty Miller will round out your top 5. The margin of victory, 4.2 seconds, Bolte to Joe Miller. Again, I love this timing and scoring stuff. As the late, great Scott Hartsock, driver of the Gunslinger Monster Truck, would say, we'll be cocked, locked, and ready to rock at that point. As it looks like the caution lights are out, we are going to go green this time by. We got 5 cars, 8 laps to finish out heat race action on Crawford County Memorial Hospital season opener nights.
So as Brett Clabundi leads us into turns 3 and 4, nice and easy. Next to him is Shadrick Spora. Green flag is not going to come out that time.
Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I believe Brett Clabundi got a little bit excited. And you know what? He had a leg cramp. He had a leg cramp is what it was.
We've been there, right?
Yes, yeah. His right leg got a cramp, and he just had to stretch it out, and unfortunately, it made him look like he jumped the start. He really was just stretching out his leg cramp.
So as we come through turns 3 and 4, hopefully this time, your final heat race of the night goes green.
Chief starter Brian Brotherson did like what he saw that time, so we are going to go. Is going to be Clip Bundy with the lead, Shadrick Spora in second, Trevor Smith up to that third place spot, Andrew Sullivan in fourth, and then it looks like Stacy Boss is trying to get a little bit of lap time in. We'll round out the top 5, but up front it is all Clip Bundy in the 77 from Fort Calhoun.
Off of turn 2 they go. It's going to be Club Bundy, Spora, Smith, and Sullivan. Your 4 cars flying into turns 3 and 4. Off of 4, another lap goes into the books. Club Bundy's the good race leader. Battle for second might be shaping up as Smith's going to look to the inside. Yep, he's going to tuck tail back behind Spora as they come down the back straightaway.
Brett Clabundi stopped at the nuclear power plant just outside of Fort Calhoun to get a little bit of a nuclear go-go juice as he is flying. Whoa, every which way but straight. Almost caught the wall, was able to save it, and barely lost any ground to Spora. That kid is nuclear fast tonight.
Almost stepped it over the cushion and almost lost it right there. Off of turn 4, a lot more careful this time around. Oh, and Smith does the same thing as Clabundi last lap. Jumped the cushion and almost caught the wall.
You got to wonder if it's maybe just a little bit on the slickery side right there coming out of 4, because it's now bit not 1 but 2 drivers this time around. 3 laps to go for Clabundi, followed by Spora, the 33 of Smith, Sullivan, and Boss.
I don't know if it's slick right there or if they're just trying what they can to get that drive. As now a battle for the 3rd spot shaping up. Smith goes high into the crumbles. We're going to have a race for the 3rd spot. Sullivan to the inside.
Oh, man, Trevor Smith got up in the rumbly crumblies there for just a moment. Oh, he cuts the nose bar clean off of Sullivan. Wow, you couldn't fit a piece of paper between the tail tank of one and the front bumper of the other. As now it looks like Clabundi able to get by Stacy Boss as a lap car. Boss going to pull to the high side as the rest of the field goes by.
Meanwhile, battle for second shaping up as Spora also jumped into the crumbles and almost lost that 2nd spot. We're going to come to the checkered flag, though, this time. Your winner was Brett Clabundi in the 77. Holding off for second was Spora, and Smith, Sullivan, and Boss, your field.
So, kids, get your bags and get on down to the concrete in front of the grandstands. It is time for the Crawford County Memorial Hospital Candy Grab. So we've got 4 former track champions. We have Reitz, we have Teese, we have DeMay, we have Stevens. We have Dylan Ricks, who has been on fire this season. We have 2nd generation Alex Reitz. We have Trey Klein, who was amazing last year. This is going to be an all-timer. It may only be 11 cars, but it's going to be some top quality action.
18 laps the distance, 11 cars scheduled to make the start here tonight. Down the back straightaway they go. Alex Reitz, your lead, your pole sitter. Rodney Stopak to his outside. Through turns 3 and 4, they take it nice and easy. And off of turn number 4, it's modified time in Crawford.
Your alcohol burning Hoosier shredding ground pounders from America's Heartland have the green, and it's going to be Rodney Stopak to the lead as he comes out of turn number 2. It's going to be Shane DeMay looking to the inside of the 1AR of Alex Reitz. Dylan Ricks right there. Ricks is going to switch from the high side to the low side. Drive under the Advantage Racing TV Harris chassis. And he is going to go side by side, make it. He's going to take 3rd and go for 2nd. Dylan Ricks is on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Down the backstretch they go, and splitting the difference is Shane DeMay and Dylan Ricks around Alex Reitz. Reitz dropping back to the 4th spot as Shane DeMay gets around on the outside for 3rd. Here comes Craig Reitz now looking for that 4th spot from Alex. But on a charge to the front is the 45D of Dylan Ricks starting deep in the field. And on his way to the front as contact back in the field as Alex Reitz is making his way off the track. His night is done.
Now,
Yellow.
here's the thing.
Yellow.
I was going to say 9.6 or a 0.96 second difference between Stopak and Ricks. Let's see if Ricks can cut it down, but now we don't need to as caution is out. And unfortunately, bad luck for Alex Reitz bites him. A lot of our top guys have had problems here on our season opener tonight. If you're not a mom, but you still have a mom around, make sure you give them a big old hug and a nice gift on Sunday for Mother's Day. As they come out of 4, the RPMs pick up, and I got a sneaky suspicion that Brian Broderson is going to say that Dylan Ricks was a little quick on the stick on that one. And looks like the 35 of Nathan Barker, trying to avoid everybody slowing down, ended up getting slideways.
Miller and Barker, your field.
Yes.
I don't know. Are we gonna? We are. Green flag is out. We're going racing.
Oh!
Front stretch.
Big time contact between Dylan Ricks and Rodney Stopak. Looks like Stopak got a little bit loose, made contact with Ricks. That unfortunately caught DeMay up in that as well, but wow, the 1RS ended up getting almost up on the driver's side. That was nasty, big damage. In fact, you can see from here visibly, the left front corner of Stopak's car is towed out. Shane DeMay is pulling it back to the pits in the back. He is done. Stopak is done. Dylan Ricks, how much damage did he get off of that is going to be the question. Oh no, right rear tire on Ricks's car is going down almost completely flat.
Completely different front running order for this restart is now Reitz, your race leader. Tease to the inside, Klein to the outside. It's a completely different ball game as off a turn number 4 this time. Green flag's gonna wave. We're racing once again in the modified.
It is gonna be Craig Reitz leading down into 1 and 2. Here comes the Mapleton Farm Boy though. Jim Tease to the inside. He got up side by side but wasn't able to hold on to it. Reitz able to pull away to about a half a car length advantage. Trey Klein now knocking on the back door. Here comes Tease once again, gets about to the door panel of the 1R, not able to do it. Craig Reitz still leads.
Craig Reitz still your race leader as Diamond to the inside goes the Mapleton Farmer. Jim Tease side by side down the backstretch. The race is on for the lead. Turn 3 they go, the 23 to the inside. Wow, what a bobble by Reitz as he baja through 3. Still side by side from lead. It's gonna be
Jim Tease. Jim Tease takes over the lead.
0-0-9 at the line. Tease, your new leader, is now he's going to secure it down the backstretch.
9/1000ths of a second. Are you kidding me? The Mapleton Farm Boy Jim Tease now solely in possession of the lead. Craig Reitz now goes from the hunted to the hunter as he's trying to track back down. From 9/1000ths of a second to half a second ahead is Tease.
Down the back straightaway, the field is single file now. Tease your race leader, followed by Reitz and Klein. Stevens holding on to the 4th spot. Your top 5 rounded out by the 7M of Daniel Miller, who almost looked like a little bobble there as they go down the front straightaway, past him for another lap. Tease your race leader down the backstretch.
Tease is now pulled away as he comes by. Currently, it's a 1.1 second deficit or difference. This time by 1.7 seconds, the lead for the 23 of Tease over Reitz. Trey Klein still trying to hang on to the back bumper of the 1R of Reitz. We are coming down to lap number 8. Just 10 laps to go.
10 laps to go, and lap traffic not a problem for Tease as he drops Barker down the lap. Nice and easy. Now it's going to be on for Reitz and Klein to work their way around the lap traffic. Both of which are going to dive to the low side, make easy work of the lap traffic. Thank you, Barker, for making us an easy way around. Not holding anybody up. Race is on for second.
So this has been a good night for your defending champs as caution is out.
Oh, what happened there is we got a big smoker down at the bottom of turns 2. That's Miller.
Yes, that is going to be the 7 of David Miller. Not sure what happened there, but he is facing towards the outside backstretch wall and a lot of smoke steam, something coming out of that vehicle.
Reitz, Klein, Stevens, and Barker, your 5 remaining cars on the field through turns 3 and 4. We go back to the green this time.
And green flag is going to be out. It's going to be the 23 of Teese. He's going to lead him down the charge down into turn number 1, as he's already starting to make a little bit of a gap between him and Reitz. Now here comes Klein to the inside of Reitz for a minute as they tuck tailback in single file formation. Look at Jeff Stevens. Stevens starting to go high, wide, and handsome. The Kenny Wallace line. We'll see if that works for him. Nobody else has been that high tonight.
Well, everybody else is running down on the low side. He's the only one running the high side. I gotta try something different, he says. Hit the high side, round the outside. How fast can I make this line go? Can it catch the field? Only time will tell. As another lap goes in the books, Teese still your race leader. Battle for second, trying to shape up between Reitz and Klein. And Stevens trying to get that high side line to work.
Taking a look at the gap between Stevens and Klein. As on my race pass, it looks like, yeah, it's growing. Unfortunately, that high line not working for Stevens. The best and only possible thing that can turn into a battle right now is second place Craig Reitz, third place Trey Klein, as once again the Mapleton Farm Boy absolutely gone. He's already got half his crops planted right now.
Out there planting the field down the back straightaway and tilling it up in turns 3 and 4 this time around. Jim Teese coming to take home another lap. We're going to be about 4 laps to go this time. Reitz your second place spot, followed by Klein, and Stevens your top 4.
Jim Teese coming out of turn 2, looking at his wife Lisa saying, "You want to take a little ride on my fast yellow tractor?" He's going through 3 and 4 once again. We're coming down to just 3 laps to go. Sorry, 4 laps to go, my bad. It is still Jim Teese, and he is going to be coming up once again on Nathan Barker. We'll see if Barker is as nice this time as he goes down a lap as he was last time. And indeed, he's going to be nice as Teese now gets by him. It's now up to Reitz and Klein to see how they get by him. 2 to go.
We got 2 laps to go in your Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds here at the Crawford County Speedway. Jim Teese is your race leader through turns 3 and 4. Now the lap traffic being passed again by Alex Reitz and Trey Klein. They're going to make easy work of him as they come off of turn 4. White flag is out. Jim Teese is your race leader.
Teese is on a Friday night, date night ice cream cruise as he comes down the back stretch. That Razor chassis goes through 3 and 4. And the Facebook page for Roth Racing is going to say another Razor victory. Jim Teese is going to win. Greg Reitz second. Third to Trey Klein. Fourth is going to go to Jeff Stevens, and Nathan Barker will round out your top 5.
Good run for Jim Teese here tonight, starting tail and Charlie almost on the field, starting 9th, charging all the way to the race lead and winning tonight's feature in your IMCA Modifieds.
This time around, for the final time on Crawford County Memorial Hospital night, get up and on your feet, give the drivers a wave, show them some love, as we should be going green next time by 11 cars, 20 laps. The defending champ on the outside pole. This is going to get exciting. This could even be a potential Kempson Cross. This is why we watch feature.
Only one way to find out, and that's for them to come off of turn number 4 this time and see the green flag waving. Sullivan, Hausman, off of 4. We're racing in a sprint car.
It is going to be Hausman Jr. Sullivan down into 1, but as they come out of 2, Hausman Jr. with the commanding advantage. Matty Miller into 3rd, Bolte into 4th. Then it looks like it is going to be the 33 of Trevor Smith up into that 5th place spot. Whoa, almost contacted Bolte. Almost his left rear. About took off the right front of Matty Miller. No harm, no foul. We're going to keep right on trucking. But it is Mike Hausman Jr. already starting to go out to a commanding lead. Again, this has been an amazing night for all of our past champions from last year. Hausman wants to complete the sweep.
2 laps down, Hausman's your race leader down the back straightaway, followed by Sullivan. Bolte in a battle for the 4th spot rages on as Miller's got a back bumper full of Smith as they come through turn 3 and 4. Smith gonna come to the dirt bar on the 28th of side, now gonna cut low, he's gonna look high again. Through turns 1 and 2, Smith is looking for a way around Matty Miller, tucks tail, and has to follow down the backstretch.
Just like in the heat race, Devin Fredrickson calling no joy early. He is done. Meanwhile, Mike Hausman Jr. able to get around the 61 of Stacy Boss. Now Boss not going to make much work for the 91 of Sullivan or the 17 of Bolte. And speaking of which, Bolte about has back up to Sullivan, but up front is still all Mike Hausman Jr.
Meanwhile, Smith has gotten around Matty Miller for that 4th spot and has driven away from that. Now Miller's going to have a dirt bar full of Colabundi. As they go through turns 3 and 4, Colabundi's going to catch him. Slide up high, has to hit the crumbles and fall back. But all well behind your race leader is through turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they go. Mike Hausman, your race leader.
Hausman with a 1.745 second difference between him and the 91 of Sullivan. Sullivan actually knocking that down by about a 1/10 of a second. Is he starting to reel in the leader as we are not quite to halfway home right now? Indeed he is. Now down to 1.5. Dugan, we're going to have ourselves a race for the end of this feature.
We're going to have a race for the 3rd spot. Trevor Smith keeps it up down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, they go. Smith is catching the 17 of Bolte. As they come down the front straightaway, Smith is shortening that gap up to the 17. Bolte, here in just a little bit, you're going to have company. Down the back straightaway they go.
Sullivan loses a little bit of ground to Hausman. Now it's back up to a 1.8 second deficit. However, here comes once again Smith trying to catch up to Bolte. That is the closest thing to a battle we have on the track right now. We are coming down. Sorry, we are just past the halfway point. 10 laps down, 8 laps to go. It is still all Mike Hausman Jr. as he gets ready to put Joe Miller a lap down.
Joe Miller about to go a lap down, but he's right in the racing line of Hausman. Hausman has to check up. That might be the need for Sullivan. Sullivan's going to hit the high side. Almost some contact with your race leader as they battle the lap traffic. Now Sullivan has to get by Miller.
Sullivan now tries to look to the low side on Joe Miller. Miller going to battle back to the high side, not going to let him by. Indeed it was. 1.2 seconds was the deficit. It's now going to grow as Joe Miller is basically being a blocker on the 91 of Sullivan. And indeed, down 2.2 seconds is now the difference between Hausman and Sullivan.
Meanwhile, battle shaping up just ahead of your race leader. About a half track ahead of Hausman is Matty Miller, Columbundy, and trouble for Columbundy as I talk about him. Motor expiring on the 77 down the back straightaway. Yellow is out.
Oh, man. Right in the middle of turn 2, you could just see the smoke just absolutely. That thing didn't give any warning. It just absolutely went and went hard.
Tough break for the 77 of Brett Columbundy. He's been making his way around the region racing at Eagle. If I remember correctly, he came to Interstate when the RaceSavers were there, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So, again, we are keeping tabs on things. We only have 4 laps to go. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next week, our first introduction to the IMCA Sunoco late models presented by Malvern Bank. They will be replacing the Quality Truck Tire and Auto Service Freeze and Performance Modifieds. Right now, 4 to go. We are green.
As they roll into turns 1 and 2, Hausman, your race leader in single file. Smith's going to look to the bottom side, try to get around Bolte, but has to tuck tail back behind the 17. Through turns 3 and 4 they go. Single file except for Spora. Spora gets around Matty Miller, slides it back up, and Matty Miller had to check up on the brakes.
Hausman right now with a 7/10 of a second lead. They're going to come down, see the green high in the air. 2 more circuits around to complete Crawford County Memorial Hospital season opener night. And it has been a tale of our season champions from last year picking up feature wins in almost every class. White flag is out, 1 more lap, and Mike Hausman Jr. will add his name to that list.
As they roll through turns 1 and 2, Hausman Jr. has no problems looking back He's going to sail it through turns 3 and 4. Looking up at the double checkers flying. He takes home tonight's victory in your RaceSaver Sprint Car.
Mike Hausman Jr. will win, followed by Andrew Sullivan, Justin Bolte, Trevor Smith, and Casey Fredrickson, your top 5. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you all to coming out to the 2023 season opener brought to you by the Crawford County Memorial Hospital. Remember, next week we will not have our Friesen Performance Modifieds brought to you by Quality Truck Tire and Auto Service. We will replace those with your Sunoco Sunoco late models brought to you by Malvern Bank. So hopefully we'll see everybody out here again next week, and hopefully everybody has a safe trip home.